on this computer. There we go. It's recording. Deal. Okay, I'm super excited to chat tonight, you guys. Wait, I gotta mute everybody. How do I do this? Manage. Mute all. Continue. Okay, so I have you all muted. Here's when you're gonna talk, I'll unmute you. But okay. All right. So we were in Chicago, me and Wessel, and we had such a good time, you guys. So we got there on Friday. We had like 3 hours to actually do something. So we did something. And then legit Friday night, we had training with David Wood from 6 till like 10:30. And then Saturday, 9 to, oh my gosh, was it after 8? And then Sunday until we had to fly out. So 8 in the morning until 4:45. It was a lot. They crammed so much in, like you're exhausted from learning, but so excited. If you guys can ever get to an event, one of his events, listen to his podcast. He has his own podcast. His energy is unfreaking real. I want to be him. No, I don't want to be him. I want to hang out with him all the time. Everyone that was by me is like, Krista, stop. I'm like, no, I want to be with him all the time. We can all learn so much from him. And he just, like his story, he was not always that way. It's been something he has constantly worked on. So they talked a lot about our colors. And how many of you have taken the color test, the color code? If you're a red, a blue, a yellow, or a white, type in the thread, those of you that have done it. What's your color? Some of you already know. Nyberg, you're a total red. Jenna's has to be a blue. Yep, blue. Rachel, yeah, you're a screaming blue. April's screaming blue. Yep, which is awesome. It's so awesome. So it's fun. So people were concerned, like, so if I'm not a red, am I not going to be good at this? If I'm not a blue, am I not going to be good at this? What if I'm a yellow? You can be any color and be successful, but this is just a great way to see who you are, who your team is, and what they're good at. So for example, I'm a red, and I mean, everyone, you're like, you have your main color, but then you have other colors. So I'm a red. To my core, I want to say I'm a blue. Like, I really want to be a blue, because you blues are like the best. You have all these qualities that I want to be a blue. But I can't say I'm a blue because I'm not a blue. I've taken the test multiple times. I'm not a blue no matter how hard I try. I'm a red. And so in the room, we just did a lot of things, and it was fun just to see. So say we're planning an event. Okay, Wessel is a yellow. Like, she screams yellow. Yellow people, they're all about fun. They're hilarious. Everyone wants to be around them because they are so much fun. So if we're trying to organize and plan like an organized event, we're not going to ask her to do it. We will ask her to do it. She's going to have all the fun. Like, it might be chaotic, but we are going to have so much fun when she's in charge. So I got to just tell you, we went on what's called the Blue Line. So it's the subway. I've never been on one. You would think that we were drinking alcohol for how hard I was laughing. I was out of control, dying. I told her I now have 6-pack abs due to her, and that is her yellow. I am so red. I'm not like that. And she brought out so much fun for me this weekend. So there was a ton of talk about the colors, and just helping us see who we are, who each other is. And on our team, it helps you understand people. So we're really good at judging people. We're really good at thinking people should think like us and be like us, and they're not. Okay? And you guys, I could go on and on. So I'm actually going to mute myself for a little bit. I have stuff I'm going to go over, but she's going to go over a bunch of things, or her top 5 takeaways. And then when she's done, then I'll hop on because I have stuff I want to share. But so for hers, take notes. If you have a pen and paper, take notes, you guys. This was a powerful weekend. There is, for those of you interested, he gave us a website where you can go and get this weekend of what we did training at home So you're not there, but you get his training at your own pace. You watch a video on your own time, and you guys pay $49. If that's something you're interested, private message me. I'll give it to you. But I was like, oh my gosh, $49 to do it at home. So worth it. It's awesome. Okay, sorry, Wessel, you're up. I'm going to unmute you and then take it away.
All right, go yellow.
Yeah, and then why don't you, I was just going to share with you guys, this was her first ever event. So she has loved the products. She teaches, she coaches. She's just crazy busy all the time. She wanted to go just for fun kind of and see what this was really all about. She was curious. And she can share the rest. Go ahead.
Okay. And I came back jacked, by the way. I'm super excited. So the first thing that I took as a takeaway was he talked about our brain's job is to keep you in the comfort zone. And it's like a bullseye, and in the middle is a comfort zone. And then the next layer out is our uncomfort zone. And then the last layer out was the unknown zone. And we need to get comfortable and confident in our uncomfort zone, because that will prepare us for being comfortable in our unknown zone. But our brain always brings us back to the uncomfort zone. So he always had us like get new partners all the time and work with different people, because then we would get comfortable being uncomfortable, and it got a lot easier as we went too. So my second takeaway was it was Network Marketing 101 was the title of it. And it was a super simple concept. It's got 3 parts to it. So the first part was find people. And obviously the more we do, the more things we do, the more wider variety of things we do, we're going to be around more people. And the second part of it was talk to people. And that sounds silly, but like to find common ground with them, make connections with them. And the third step was duplicate steps 1 and 2. So find people, talk to them, make connections, find common ground, and then duplicate those steps. And as we did that in the conference too, it became really simple, where in the beginning it was super hard. It was kind of like awkward. The third thing that I had was called Prospecting 101. And they talked about getting referrals. So maybe somebody that either is interested or maybe they're not. You're just asking them, who do you know that wants to lose weight, that wants more money, that wants to have high energy, that wants whatever. And then the second step of that was direct ask. If you don't have time to build a relationship, I think one of the scenarios was that they were in an airport and they only had 15 minutes to get to their plane, or something where you don't have time, then this direct ask, if I could show you a way that whatever we're looking at, making money, or if it was losing weight, energy, whatever, would you be open to looking at an opportunity? And the key is to get their information, not to give them yours, because once you give them yours, they're never going to call you. But if you get their information, you have the opportunity to get a hold of them and make that second contact again. And then relationships was a third part of that if you might, you might meet people that don't want to do this, or they're not interested right now, or maybe they never will be. But maintaining those relationships, because you never know, the timing might not be right now. And we were talking about it, like it's kind of like a plant. You might plant the seeds, water it, and then the interest may grow. And let's be honest, Krista, that was me. And then the fourth one is practice. So practice with friends, practice with family, and then cross that threshold of fear. And so that was the Prospecting 101. And the next one, I have these written down here. Oh, the next fourth takeaway I had was, it's called prospecting or connecting or making conversations, kind of the same thing. They had a panel of people there, and I couldn't write fast enough because they had so much to say. But the main things I got out of it was, one of the ladies was talking about that she has conversations with, not necessarily isogenics either, but just having conversations with, connecting with people 10 a day. And then her goal is to go 6 days a week. And out of that, obviously, you're going to end up with somebody that may be interested in isogenics or two. And then this kid who's 24 years old and a millionaire and is Australian, he's hilarious. But anyway, his was 3-2-1, and he talks to 3 people a day, makes connections with 3 people a day, and basically tries to get 2 enrollments a week, and then 1 event per month, attending 1 event per month. And that would be, him and his people. The other part of this is, and I said this before too, but go to stuff you like to do so that you can create connections with people. And then one of the concepts they said was to ask to follow them on Facebook. So that way you can make connections through there, and then obviously you have an avenue to reach them on Facebook. And then another part of that prospecting was just when you're talking to people, compliment them sincerely, make them feel good, and then remember important stuff about them. So the next time you meet up, you might ask them about their husband, wife, kids. Maybe there was something they were talking about they were struggling with. And to remember that makes them feel really important and that you really care about them, which you do, obviously. But and the last one is just basically kind of a quote, and I told Krista I wouldn't just do quotes, but I loved it, was don't be a tool, use the tools. And the one thing they said is, all you have to say is somebody asks you about the products, you don't have to memorize the products, just say, I don't know, here, and then get them to either hand them something or get them to the product page or something like that. So that was really helpful for me. And those are probably the 5 top things I came away with. And there's so many more. And that's.
Say it one more time. You cut out.
Oh, I said, that's about it for me.
Oh. She summarized it. That's it. We're done. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you. Thank you. I just want to piggyback off a few things that she said. Okay, this 24-year-old that stands up there, you guys, from Australia, the kid's barefoot on stage. I'm like, has he showered? He's just different. And he, we're all watching this 24-year-old that's having this crazy success. And he is just making it so simple. Talk to people. Just have fun. Talk to people. And he said, quit complicating this. Use the tools. Use the tools. Use the tools. So how many of you, hands up, that I can see you guys, are have downloaded on your phone the ISA Tools app and are using it? Using it? Me. Someone said me. Okay, perfect. So we spent a lot of time showing the tools, showing videos. They showed videos there that I had never seen that are right there. And I was like, why am I reinventing this wheel? Why, when someone asks to do things, why am I making this so complicated? When the box shows up, they get a manual. In the box, it actually says what to do. It actually is a really good one. But we're doing a really good job of making this complicated. So we're spending a lot of time coddling. And then how are we duplicating if we're doing that? Okay, we need to really get back to the basics. And that's what he talked about a ton. The ISA Tools. If you don't have that app, you're going to download it now. Also, Marco Polo. Those of you that downloaded it, thank you. I am going to get us in a group, and we're going to use Marco Polo for those of you that download the app and want to be part of it. I think it's going to be super fun. Okay. All right. So the tools we have to be using. Yeah. Okay. So here's what I want to get to a bunch of things. But right now, what I want you guys to do is have a piece of paper and a pen in front of you. And math is not my strong point. And they broke this all down on stage. And truly, this business is a numbers business. It all boils down to numbers. It's conversations. You enroll 10% of the people you talk to. 10% enroll. So if you talk to 100 people, somebody type in there, how many are you going to enroll? If you talk to 100 people, how many will you enroll? Somebody have an answer? Okay. Sorry, it must be delayed on my end, right? So it's going to take a lot of conversations, right? And that's a high end. So they had at this event some extremely high end, high up people in our company, millionaires. They were not asked to come to this event. They were there in the audience with the rest of us the whole time taking notes. They are doing what we are doing. Some of these people were ones I've never seen before, and it was fun to hear about them. So was so cool. All right, the first couple that they talked about, how many of you, well, it doesn't matter. Hillary and Justin Courtney. Okay, they come from a town of nothing, and these are their numbers. Now, keep in mind, Hillary's background was network marketing. She was highly successful in network marketing, left her previous company. The company she was with, she lost most of her relationships because she chose to leave, right? But she had the skills of network marketing. So Isagenix network marketing is simple, but it's not easy. And we talked about this a lot at the event. Nothing about what we're doing is easy. Everything of what we're doing is simple. She had the skills down. So comparing to her, we're nothing. I'm nothing. She has had years of experience in her field. So listen to her numbers. Hillary, when did you start? 2006. Okay, so she started in 2006. Write that down. How many conversations have you had since 2006? She said about 6,000 conversations. It's a lot of conversations. How many of those 6,000 conversations have said yes to you? How many personally enrolled? How many said yes? 700. Okay? That makes for 5,300 no's. Did you hear that? 6,000 conversations, 700 yeses, 5,300 no's. Okay? How much did you make your first week, your big week? She said it was around $400 was her first paycheck, right? She had the skills. She was good. What is your highest month that you've had? 160,000. Say that again. 160,000 a month, guys. A month. Okay. How many people are in your whole organization? Not personally enrolled. Your tree. Could be your people's people, doesn't matter. 245,000 people. Here's the kicker. How many people of your personally enrolled are building this business? 11. 11 people are building this business, and she's making $160,000 a month. She's had 6,000 conversations, 5,300 no's. Okay, I'm going to say another one, and then we're going to chat about these. This is Laura Stevens, if you know her. She was not there. Her husband was there. Because she said, or he said, it's time for him to start helping her and learning. She started in 2011. She was a stay-at-home mom. Her husband was deployed when she started. He was over during the war, okay? How many conversations did you have? He said he called her because he knew he was going to be asked this, so they came up with the numbers. She said about 5,000 conversations. How many yeses did you get? She said 1,000. How many no's? 4,000. Do you see it's really common, the 10% thing here? Okay. So 4,000 no's, 1,000 yeses, 5,000 conversations total. What was your first paycheck? Around $200. What was your last month's paycheck? $167,000 a month. $167,000 a month. Sounds pretty sweet. Globally in their team, about 100,000 people. How many people are actually building this business with you and you're personally enrolled? 13. Okay, and there was one other lady. I didn't write down her numbers because we had to find a new partner and my bag was not with me. This lady was one I had never seen before, never heard from. Her numbers were crazy as well. They asked, like what she's making is ridiculous. How many people that they said are really building this from your 1 PET, your person enrolled? 3. This is a numbers game. So if you think social media is going to get you there, it's not. It's a tool. It's not. It's talking. It's conversations. And that's all it boils down to is who's having the most conversations with people. And that's a lot of no's. Okay. So these people got really good at hearing no and realizing they don't need to internalize it. They don't need to take it personal. We all take it so personal. No. And we're all really good at comparing. How can I ever compare to them when they've had so many more conversations than me? So many more. So to me, those numbers were huge to see. How many of you were shocked at those numbers? I was blown away. The one gal said, they said, how many consultants do you have? So not necessarily building, because we all know some people are just consultants. And it was like 24. I mean, it's a numbers thing, guys. The only way to not do well at this is just to completely quit. It's only a matter of time before somebody sees this vision. So it might not be your personally enrolled. It might not be even your person's personally enrolled. It might be your 3 PET, 4 PET. It doesn't matter. Somebody's going to come along and somebody's going to see this vision. These numbers, it was ridiculous. The people in that place standing up, making such amazing money. The only difference is they had conversations and they treated it like a business. They just said, we poured so much into this, but all of them said, you're only going to grow in this as much as you personally grow. If you don't grow as a person, your business will not grow. And there was so many gut-wrenching things said that I was like, you attract what you are and who you are. That's who you attract. So if you get frustrated with who you're attracting, are they not building? Are they not doing their work? Are they not doing what they say? We need to take a look in the mirror. We attract who we are. That almost makes you want to vomit sometimes. And then other times you're like, wait a minute, I get to be whoever I want to be. It was really powerful. This was so powerful. It was so many wake-ups to me as a person, as a mom. Some of this stuff won't even make sense to you that I would love to share, but you're going to be like, that doesn't make any sense. You got to be there to get it. But all I know is I seriously, and I know we fall back into our old ways. Okay, so you leave there and you're on a high, and it's easy to fall back. But I am so committed to changing my thinking, my belief in myself, the way I treat people, the way I've judged people, the way I have created a story that didn't need to be there. So to give you a little example, since you weren't there, I'm sorry if this doesn't make complete sense, but I'm gonna give you a little example. So write down the word event plus story equals a problem. Okay, and then underneath it, write down event plus no story equals no problem. Okay, so I'm going to give an example of a lady in the audience. Our homework was we dialed in our 30-second stories. And that's something we're going to touch on, not tonight, but I'm going to tell you we've been doing our 30-second stories. Not that they're wrong, but boy, can they be so much better. He opened our eyes to things that I've never been taught about our 30-second stories that I'll get into next week, not right now. Okay, so our job was to work on our we worked on our 30-second stories for what, Kirsten, like 45 minutes, an hour? Yeah. And over lunch, we had to reach out to 3 people or that day and make a call and read them our 30-second story and just ask for their opinion, feedback. So it could have been your sister, your mom, it didn't matter. You just wanted their feedback and for them to help critique it. So we get back and he's asking, how many of you did your 3? How many of you did 5? How many of you did 10? Because there's always people that do more. How many of you didn't even do it? How many of you just sat there and kept working on your 30-second story? Because how you do anything is how you do everything. Because you're working on your 30-second story so you didn't have time to make your calls. Because you're working on isogenics learning and learning, so you haven't reached out. Right? You're listening to podcasts, personal development, but you're not taking action. How you do anything is how you do everything. Think about that in life. How you do anything is how you do everything. That was hard for me because that's true. I started thinking about things I do at my house, with my kids. How I do anything is how I do everything. And I was like, ooh, that's true. That's true. Okay, so we come back. Did anyone have anyone tell them no? They didn't have time to listen to them because we had to ask if they had time. Lady raises her hand. Stand up, he says. She stands up. I can't remember her name. You would remember, Wessel. I don't know. Anyhow, Holly? Is it Holly? Okay. Anyhow, the lady's name is Holly. She stands up. And he's like, what happened? I called my friend and she was so rude. So rude. And he's like, so rude? What happened? I asked her if I could read her my story and if she could help and critique it. And she told me no, she didn't have time. How can't you have time? She was driving in her car. She's so rude. And he said, okay. So go back to what you just wrote down. The event was she was rude, right? That's what the event was you called her, you asked her, do you have time to listen to my story? She told you the freaking truth. She said, no, I don't. Okay? You created a story that she is so rude, and now there's a problem that you think she hates me. Now there's tension. Why did you create that story? How do you know she didn't just get in a fight with her family, her husband? How do you know that something bad just didn't happen? How do you know she's not going to pick somebody up and she's going to get their house in 2 minutes? But you created a story, and now there's a problem. So you have an event, no story, no problem. Okay, so then he gave an example of his life. His kid. His kids are, he's crazy, okay? So he's a crazy parent that I want to be more like, okay? So first of all, his one kid is in New York City. He was 16 and on the subway. He calls him at like 1:30 a.m. and he's in Belize or somewhere else. And he calls his dad and he's like, Dad, I'm lost. I'm on the subway in New York City. I don't know where I am. I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do. So he's divorced, so he doesn't have the mom to go. What do I do? And he's like, okay, are you okay? Yeah, but I don't know where I am. But you're safe. I mean, like, you're not hurt. Yeah, but I don't know where I am. He's like, okay, so just call me when you find when you get home, just call me. So I know you're okay. Hangs up. He goes, what was I supposed to do? Call out the Coast Guard and everyone goes and finds him? He's like, I'm in another country. I can't do anything. The event was my kid didn't know where the hell he was. So am I going to create a story that he's going to die, someone's going to kill him? Nope. No story, no problem. He said, my son called me a little after 2. Dad, I'm home. Okay. This is a different son. Calls him. Dad, I just got in an accident. I smashed my car. It's totally destroyed. Are you okay? Well, I mean, yeah. Are you okay? Are you hurt? Yeah. No, I'm not hurt. Okay, I'll be right there. Okay, he drives there. He said he is videoing the scene, but not letting his son see it because he wants like a video of this, right? He calls his ex-wife. He's like, all right, here's the deal. So Ben totally smashed up his car. It's really fucked up. We're going to meet there, and you're not going to create a story. Okay, you're not going to say, oh my God, you almost died, da-da-da. You're just going to show up. Everything's going to be fine. So they show up, calm, everything's good. He's videoing it, and he's laughing because he's like, you should see this. Just like the car went way off. You can't even see it from the road. It's wrapped around. There's a cliff. He's like, legit, this was not good, right? But he walks up to him, and he said his son's like shaking and scared and nervous, and this car was like a sweet, sweet car. And the son was thinking, I'm going to get in trouble. And he made a smart aleck comment to his son, like, whoa, he sure did a good one there. And he's like, are you okay? Yeah, I'm okay. No one got hurt. And he's like, all right, good. Okay. And then he's like, so what time were you supposed to be at work? Well, I'm supposed to be there. Okay, your mom's going to give you a ride. So you'll just go to work. What? I'm going to work? Wait a minute. Are you hurt? Should I call someone? Do we need to get you checked out? Well, no, I'm not hurt. Yeah, good. Okay, go to work. We'll figure this out. Okay, event, you got in a crash. You don't need to create a story. If you no story, there's no problem. And I thought about that in my house. My son spills the milk, cereal goes flying. That's the event. I freak out. And then there's a problem. Why? So when you're there, this means so much more than me saying it. But I think you kind of get a little piece of what we learned. And it was pretty powerful. And another thing he had us all do is talking about how we're scared to talk to people, and he encourages us to strangers to find the good in them. Always be looking for the good in people. Quit judging. So he said to the audience, how many of you have ever stole something? Everyone raise their hand. I mean, think of something like from your parents when you were a kid. You grabbed a quarter. We've all stole, right? How many of you ever lied? Everyone raise their hand. He goes, then quit frickin' judging everybody. You're all messed up. I can't remember what he called us, but it's so true. Who are we to be judging everyone? Okay, I kind of got off on that. Another thing, think about yourselves. Think about your people. How many of you did not enroll anyone last week? Not a big deal. I didn't. I don't think I did. No, I didn't. Put in the thread if you did not enroll anyone last week. I didn't, Jenna. Okay, cool. Anyone else? Did everyone else enroll somebody? You're all rock stars. I didn't. Nope. Wessel, you said no? Okay. Oh, someone else. I didn't. Here we go. We got more. Okay. Awesome. All right. Now, those of you that did not enroll anyone, comment. Did you or have you, when you haven't enrolled someone, did you at least cycle one time? Comment. Yes. Okay. So you cycled and got $54. Amanda, 3 times. But you didn't enroll anyone. You didn't really do any work, right? So we're getting paid for things that we've done in the past. That's called residual income, right? And we're not realizing you didn't do shit and you got those cycles, right? You did the shit before and now it's cycling now. We got a big deal going on that we're not even realizing what we have. Residual income is huge. So you probably enrolled people a few days, a few weeks ago, whatever. You have a couple weeks that you're not enrolling someone, but oh my God, I still cycle. Pretty big deal, isn't it? Really think about it, you guys. So on a small scale, we're cycling when we haven't enrolled. Think if we have a team of people, how much bigger those cycles get and how the residual is crazy. It really, Rachel or April puts it into perspective. It sure does. April, if you didn't go clean a house that you're supposed to clean this week, today, maybe you had to clean a house. You didn't show up today. Would they send you money?
No.
Yeah. Okay. Right? So we're putting in the work and we keep getting paid later. All right. So do you think, Amanda, those 3 cycles you got, those people that you enrolled in the past and they enrolled in the past, maybe months prior, you're getting paid on? How long ago? I mean, think about that, right? How long have you been doing this, Amanda?
1 year.
Okay. So some weeks you're enrolling people, some weeks you're not, like all of us, but you're still cycling. Pretty cool, right, guys?
Pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty big deal. Okay. I'm gonna screen share. Yeah, I remember how I did this. Screen share. Share screen. Okay. Can you see this? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. All right. This is something a lady shared at the event that she created. It's not specific to her. She gave it to all of us for all of us to use. So I want you to save this to your notes, not right now because I'm sharing it. I will send it to you. If you choose to use it, great. If you don't. This is the easiest tool I have seen, and it is duplicable. I'm pumped. And this millionaire shared it with us. She said, when I started, I was overwhelmed. I was working. I didn't know what to do. There's pages here, there's pages there. She said, so I created something. And she did not make it specific to her, which is flippin' sweet. So you enroll somebody, you send them this link. It's an Evernote. And you tell them to go through it. And when their box comes to give you a jingle, check out this Evernote, guys. Okay? Getting started. How to rock out a shake day. Importance of your cleanse day. Joining the IsaBody challenge. Taking your measurements. How to manage your auto ship. Web resources, as in the tools. Enroll in the Healthy Mind and Body. Want to get your products paid for right away? Shows you how. How to enroll a new associate. Okay, so when you press getting started, I'm going to go there. Come on, internet. Do, 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 do. Oh my. How about I just send y'all the link? Anyhow, it'll have snacks for them, meal ideas, and it's all based off of Isagenix. Instead of recreating this, instead of coming up with our own stuff, it's off of Isagenix because that's what we can duplicate. This tool is freaking golden. I'm so pumped, so pumped. Okay, well, that's taking forever. This is what I wanted to also show you is this one. How many of you saw this that I sent in our chat thread, our easy system? This was another tool that some people are using, not for product users, but say someone comes to you and they want to build a business or they're interested in learning how to just share. This is a site that people are using. This is Generation Y. It's videos for them. I want you guys to just spend some time on this page and the other link I'm going to give you to see if it's something you're interested in. How do I stop share? But so the R Easy one is more for like for example, I would say, let's say I'm talking to Andrea and she's interested in learning to share. I would want to go over that like on the phone with her, or even on a Zoom and screen share, or belly to belly and pull it up and kind of just show them what is on that. It's not a lot of resources. It's very few resources, so they're not overwhelmed, but it's not for product users. Okay. But that was a great tool. But the first one I showed you, the Evernote, that's for any product user. And what I love about it is it's a link. Send it to them when their products come. You talk to them. They already have an idea of what to do, and that duplicates. Most people are working full-time jobs doing this, and they don't have much spare time, right? So what can duplicate? That tool. All these women up there that were millionaires are using that tool, and they give it to us. It's not a secret. They want you to do what they do. They want you all to be like them, to have what they have. They don't recreate the wheel. They send them that. Everything is from Isagenix tools. They're not creating things. So I will put that in our business thing, but it is pretty darn sweet. That lady took a lot of time to do it, and how kind of her to share with everyone. So I think that is just a great thing. Immediately, we put them on our product page, which is a great resource. Send them that. And as soon as your products show up, let me know. We're going to go through it. There's actually a manual in your box. That manual is basically on that. And I want to give another tip that this 24-year-old said. So when we're talking to people, you know how we're always saying, find 2 accountability partners? Guess what he does? He has them find 1. So he says it's easier. So think about this. You're enrolling somebody, and you tell them, let's say Rachel, I'm enrolling her, and she got the value pack, and I'm like, awesome, Rachel, I'm so excited for you. Tell me, you can either, okay, I got your info. You can either pay full price, half price, or eat for free. Who's one person that will do this with you? Like, no one goes to the gym alone. Nobody, we like to do things together. Who's somebody that would do this with you, that you do stuff with, that's a buddy, that would help hold you accountable and wants to feel better too? Okay, so Rachel's going to give a name. All right, Rachel, here's the deal. You got that person. So now we've enrolled 1 person, right? So Rachel brought me her sister, and I'm like, Rachel, all right, Jess just started on the value pack that you did, right? So Rachel, you get $80 for referring your sister, Jess. Awesome. If we can find another accountability partner, friend, somebody else that eats food, by Sunday night, you're actually going to get $370. So you don't have to, but I'm just saying right now you have $80 from your sister. But if we could find 1 more person, I can help you talk to them. We can figure out the right pack. But then you would actually have $370 instead if they start on that same pack. Isn't that kind of cool, you guys? I've never heard anyone say that. He's like, I never say find 2. I always say find 1. And then once they have the 1, you say the numbers. I did it last night. One of my girls enrolled a girl. I said, Jen, so your friend just started with the custom pack. So you're earning $25. Awesome. If you have somebody else that would want to join you on this, then say they started with that custom pack, Jen, instead of 25, you're going to get 150. What? I do? Yeah. Do you think there's anyone else? I'm sure there is, she said. I said, okay, let me know. We can talk. She's like, well, could it be my husband? Could be. Yeah. So they might not want to bite at it. But that's I like his thinking. I've never thought of that. So 24-year-old taught me a lot of things. What do you guys think of that? Yeah, I like it. If someone came to me and said, find 2 people, I think I truly would be like, if you think you're new and you're scared to even do it yourself, I don't know. I don't want to talk to 2 people. I just want to try it. But if you said, do you have 1 person? I know that would get me. I know I'm like, well, my sister, my mom, way different than 2. So I haven't done it yet because I just learned it, told the girl Jen, but I want to play with it and see what I think. And I would say, try it, you guys. All right. I want to do one more thing. I'm sorry. And then I'll end it. You might have to I have to screen share again. Let's see. How do I share screen? How do I do this? How do I move this thing? Here it is. Okay. Can you see this?
Yes.
All right, watch this. It's 5 minutes, and I promise you won't regret taking the 5 minutes, okay? And then we'll be done.
It's not even funny, dude. Oh, yeah, it is.
So, Coach, how strong is Westview this year?
A lot stronger than we are.
You already written Friday night down as a loss, bro?
Well, not if I know we could beat them.
Come here, Brock. You too, Jeremy.
What, am I in trouble now?
Not yet. I want to see you do the death crawl again, except I want to see your absolute best.
What, you want me to go to the 30?
I think you can go the 50.
The 50. I can go to the 50 if nobody's on my back.
I think you can do it with Jeremy on your back. But even if you can, I want you to promise me you're going to do your best.
All right.
Your best.
Okay.
You going to give me your best?
I'm going to give you my best.
All right, one more thing. I want you to do it blindfolded.
Why?
Because I want you giving up at a certain point when you can go further. Get down. Jeremy, get on his back. I get a good tight hold, Jeremy. All right, let's go, Brock. Keep your knees off the ground, just your hands and feet. There you go. A little bit left. A little bit left. There you go. Show me good effort. That way, Brock. You keep coming. There you go. It's a good start. A little bit left. A little bit left. There you go, Brock. Good strength. That's it, Brock. That's it.
Not to the 20 yet?
Forget the 20. You give me your best. You keep going. That's it. No, don't stop, Brock. You got more in you than that.
I ain't done. Just resting a second.
You got to keep moving. Let's keep moving. Let's go. Don't quit till you got nothing left. There you go. Keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving, Brock. That's it. You keep driving. Keep your knees off the ground. Keep driving it. Your very best. Your very best. Your very best. Keep moving, Brock. That's it. That's it. That's it. Keep going. Don't quit on me. Keep going. Keep driving it. Keep your knees off the ground. That's it. Your very best. Don't quit on me. Your very best. Keep driving. Keep driving. There you go. There you go. That's it. You keep driving. Keep your knees off the ground. Keep driving it. Don't quit till you got nothing left. Keep moving, Brock. That's it. That's it. That's it. Keep going. I want everything you got. Come on, keep going. It hurts. Don't quit on me. Your very best. Keep driving. Keep driving. There you go. There you go.
He's heavy.
I know he's heavy.
I'm bad out of strength.
Then you negotiate with your buddy to find more strength, but don't you give up on me, Brock. You keep going. You hear me? You keep going. You're doing good. You keep going. Do not quit on me. You keep going. I know it hurt. You keep going. You keep going. It's all hard from here. 30 more steps. You keep going, Brock. Come on. Keep going. Burn. And let it burn. It's all hard. You keep going, Brock. Come on. Come on. Keep going. You promised me your best. Your best. Don't stop. Keep going. Too hard. It's not too hard. You keep going. Come on, Brock. Give me more. Give me more. Keep going. 20 more steps. 20 more. Keep going, Brock. Give me your best. Don't quit. No. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Don't quit. Don't quit. Don't quit. Brock Kelly, you don't quit. Keep going. Keep going. Go, Brock Kelly. You don't quit on me. No, you keep going. You keep going. Go, Brock. 10 more steps. 10 more. 10 more. 10 more. Keep going. Don't quit. Give me more. You can. You can. Look up, Brock. You're in the end zone. Brock, you are the most influential player on this team. If you walk around defeated, so will they. Don't tell me you can't give me more than what I've been seeing. You just carried a 140-pound man across this whole field on your arms. Brock, I need you. God's gifted you with the ability of leadership. Don't waste it.
Coach,
Can I count on you? Yes.
Coach,
What is it, Jeremy?
I weigh 160.
Pretty amazing, huh? Yeah. Don't quit. There's no doubt in my mind that every single person can have what they say they've wanted. You guys have all said what you've wanted, your dreams and your whys. But one thing none of us are doing is dreaming big enough. None of us are, because we're so scared to, because we just listen to people that are either broke or unhappy, and they put us back down. Okay? Those people are bringing us down. They're the ones stopping us. Put your blinder on and go. All of us can do this. There was one quote, one quote I have to find because he said it, and I was like, oh my gosh. I have notes everywhere. Here it is. Okay, write this down. You must accept a temporary loss of social esteem from ignorant people to do this, to have success in this, to really do this. You must accept a temporary loss of your social esteem from ignorant people. Stop taking advice from broke and unhappy people. Boom. I don't care if there's 5 people on this call, if there's 10, if there's 12. We're not stopping. Got it, guys? We're not stopping. You show up, we do the work, and when we don't do the work, we recognize we're not stepping up and doing the work. We're not blaming our team. We're not blaming our upline. We're not blaming our downline. It's on us. Agree? Feel like we need a team huddle. Hands in the middle. Team. Oh. I'm grateful. It was a powerful event. I'm so glad I went. But I'm just grateful for all of you, because together we really are. We're unstoppable, you guys. We got to just put our blinders on and keep going. Keep going. Keep going. And when you're down, pull your big girl panties up and keep going. Give yourself some time. He talked about that. When things are rough and you need some time to mourn, whatever it is, feel crabby, feel sad, figure out how long it is. Maybe for some people, it's days. Then they get down to a day. Then they get down to 12 hours, 10 hours. Then it's down to 20 minutes, 5 minutes. Keep working on that. And he said people, they say, okay, well, what about people that lose somebody, that they die? All right. And I thought of myself. I'm like, oh my God. Okay. I lost my daughter. I spent years letting that mess me up. It fucked me up. But it's not anymore. She's gone. She's never coming back. Right? So that was an event. And I'm creating this story and creating a problem when there doesn't need to be one. Does that make sense? So that was a big thing. When he said that, I was like, he's right. Enough. Okay, my 30-second story for a long time included my story of what I went through. Who the heck can relate to that? Nobody I know. They don't want to hear that. Would they feel bad, sad? Mm-hmm. They don't care though. It's about that. It is. So anyhow, we are gonna keep going. I want to be that coach. Keep going, keep going. Couldn't you just feel that emotion? It was awesome. So awesome. And this, how many of you were on the morning call with Ray this morning? Okay. I want to say one thing. So she was talking about our back office and knowing where things at. And I called her and I said, I'm going to be honest. You were a little bit harsh in my opinion. Like, you know, people, why don't you know this? Why don't you know this? I said, Ray, you're a red. You figured it out. You have to be taught. We don't expect our kids to just tie their shoes without teaching them. I don't expect you guys to know where your reports are and do everything in your back office without being taught. Everyone learns differently. So if you need help with all those things, there are resources and there are ways to call Isagenix for help. There's ways to press the record chat for help, or you reach out to somebody else for help. Yes, it is ultimately our responsibility, but we also need to keep that in mind. We need to teach first. We can't just assume people are going to figure things out. Some people do, but not everybody learns the same way, right? Okay, it is 9:30. I'm sorry. I did not even realize, you guys. Okay, so how many of you do I get to see next, not this weekend, next weekend? So pumped. Yay. Amanda, you're coming? Yay. Awesome.
I am.
Yay. I'm so excited. Okay, so then what do you guys think? I don't need to take up your night. I can put it in the thread. I was just going to say Friday night, should we plan a dinner, team dinner, make reservations? So if you could we'll put it in our thread. I need a number of who's out numbers because I need to make reservations. I don't want to do this last minute. I'll make reservations somewhere right there. And I hope you can just trust me that it'll be a good spot. I don't know shit about what's down there. I'll try to figure it out. Or maybe I should put somebody else in charge. But well, I think that'd be fun. Go out for drinks and dinner, everybody. Sound good?
Hell's Kitchen is a good place. I think it's nearby.
Okay. Perfect.
Awesome.
I don't even know where I'm going, but perfect. GPS will just get me there. Okay, well, let's have a really good night, a really good week. If you need anything, remember I'm here. And I love you guys. So have a good night. Catch you later.